Guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going with the Amtrak Acela from Union Station in Washington DC to New York in first class. The Amtrak Acela is the only high-speed train in the US reaching speeds of 150 miles an hour. A few months ago I took the high-speed train from Paris to Amsterdam in first class, so it will be interesting to compare the high-speed train in Europe with a high-speed train in the US on a similar distance and both in first class. We also check out the lounge in Union Station. So keep watching to see what's the Amtrak Acela in first class really like. Welcome to the Frequent Business Traveler channel. Here we are at the Union train station in Washington DC. I must say, I didn't expect such an impressive building and square. If you would drop me here and I would ignore the US flags, I wouldn't guess I was in the US. Maybe some big European cities such as Madrid. But we really are in Washington DC. So my trip to New York is already starting very good. The Union train station opened back in 1907 after massive renovation which was completed in 1988, and then again a complete restoration of the ceiling after an earthquake in 2011. The station now really looks very impressive, and we didn't even go inside yet, so let's go! Inside, the station looks even more impressive. After the renovation in 2011, the ceiling now contains 23 karat gold gilding, and again, it really looks the part. Traveling first class with Amtrak comes with lounge access, so let's see if we can find a lounge. And by the way, this was actually my first time in Washington DC, and I must say I really enjoyed staying there. It was really impressive to see all these famous buildings and monuments in real life. To finish it all off, a Union train station is just perfect. The Amtrak Acela is the fastest train from Washington to New York. It takes 2 hours and 50 minutes, and you can choose between business class and first class. Both come with reserved seats. And by the way, the name Acela comes from excellence and acceleration. So maybe you should probably call it Acela. Anyway, what's in the name? In the meantime, we did find the lounge, and to enter the lounge you need to ring the bell and then the door is unlocked. And here we are in the lounge. Now this lounge is not very inspirational. No windows and not the charm of the old Union Station. They really could have done a much better job here in my opinion. Why not try to bring this old Union Station style back in this lounge with windows overlooking the station and the trains? Anyway, it does provide you with some seating and you can take some drinks while waiting for the boarding of the train. And the good thing is, first class passengers can enter the train first directly from the lounge. And after a drink, it's time to board the train. And you know, just follow the people, don't go out on another gate. Now originally I booked a business class ticket for this trip, but then you have the opportunity to bid for an upgrade. Since I'm a sucker for bidding for upgrades and always like a good deal, of course I put in a lowball bid. A few hours before departure you'll hear if your bid was accepted, and in my case it was. You immediately get your new seat assigned with a new ticket. First class comes with some interesting perks, such as seating in the first wagon, you can visit the lounge which we just did, and you get a meal and drinks served at your seat. So we'll see what that's like. Here we are, and my first impression is that this cabin looks pretty tired, and like the outside of the train, it can do with a good cleanup. It's clear Amtrak is waiting for the new generation of high-speed trains to get into service, and they probably won't invest anything anymore in this generation of trains. Supposedly this new generation of trains should enter service this year, but right now, October 2024, they still run with the old trains. Seats are pretty comfortable though, there is a footrest and there is a power socket. And then we're ready to go. Let's unleash the power of this high-speed train. Directly after departure from Washington, we can order a drink and some nuts are served. I think this is the perfect time for a cold Sierra Nevada beer. Despite the fact that the cabin isn't looking that fresh and new, I'm actually enjoying this trip so far. A beer and some nuts and I'm already satisfied. Also, the wireless internet, it works perfectly. One thing to note though is the vibration. It's not a smooth ride at all. Certainly not comparable with the high-speed trains in Europe, which are very smooth even at higher speeds. So if the new trains could fix that, that would already be a huge improvement. A menu is handed out and I decided to go for the coq au vin. And this is actually not bad at all. What a surprise. The remainder of the trip wasn't that eventful and the 2 hours and 50 minutes go by pretty fast. Especially when watching some Netflix K-drama. So, time for a conclusion. But I first have a favor to ask. If you're watching till now, I would like you to subscribe to the channel. If you've done so already, thank you very much. If you haven't done so yet, just hit that subscribe button so I can continue to make these kind of videos. It's much appreciated. So, is the Amtrak Acela worth considering, and then particularly first class? I definitely think the Amtrak Acela is worth considering and I would choose it anytime we're flying, especially when you're leaving from Washington DC downtown and your destination is New York downtown. Considering Washington Dulles Airport is quite far from the center, any time gained with flying is lost traveling to and from the airport. Also, the Amtrak Acela arrived exactly on time in New York. You have a reserved seat, which is fairly comfortable, and the price of a business class seat is not too bad. I paid $130 for the business class seat, which I think is very competitive when you compare this with flying. Making this trip in first class is for once a nice experience, and for sure it does come with all the first class perks you would expect, such as early boarding, a lounge and drinks and meals at your seat. All the things you won't get in first class of the high-speed EuroStar train from Paris to Amsterdam. But Amtrak Acela first class also comes with quite a big surcharge, so if you can get it with a lowball bid like I did, it might be worth it. I personally wouldn't pay the regular price for a first class ticket. What's clear is that the current trains are really ready for retirement, and if the new trains also come with a smoother ride, then there is no reason to choose a plane above the Acela train. And with that bombshell, it's time to say goodbye. Again, don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Also check out my video of the European high-speed train from Paris to Amsterdam. A bit underwhelming for first class, but an interesting experience nonetheless. Next time on the channel, flying business class with Swiss Air from New York to Zurich, including a visit to the TWA terminal at JFK. Cheers!